events like this. That's why I never pre-plan anything. Now, the reality is that I didn't know Naz, and at the same time, I do know Naz because Naz's experiences are very similar to mine. The first time I knew about Naz actually was when I did a Sky News interview last year and met Matt there, and I learned about what had happened to Naz and the life he and Matt lived together. And what I became really present to is Naz's life symbolizes the life of so many gay Asian, and even if we take away the gay Asian label, it symbolizes the lives of thousands of LGBT people and LGBT allies that they affect around the world. And I'm just glad that we're in a position now that the issue of living with multifaceted identities, coming from LGBT communities, coming from the AME communities, coming from religious communities, that all these identities can fit together and should fit together, and people shouldn't be forced to choose one over the other if they don't want to. And although Naz isn't here, his memory and the ideology and what he represented is still here and will always be here. I think until the issue is more or less dealt with. And it's events like this and just being with people like you that just get the issue. And even though some of you know Naz, some of you don't know Naz, the issue affects us all. And I guess this is what tonight and events like this are about. It's just people, acceptance, tolerance, and pushing the debate forward till there is no more debate. And that's essentially why we're here. And I want to say thank you to Matt for having this event. Thank you to Pegasus for donating Naz's dream, really. And it's a great privilege for me, and I'm sure for Peter, to be here. So thank you very
much. I would just briefly add that, as we all know, LGBTI Muslims are some of the most vulnerable, marginalised members of the LGBTI community. And what happened to Naz mirrors in so many different examples, to varying degrees, what happens to thousands of LGBT Muslims in this country, and to people of other faiths, where their faiths do not accept their sexuality and identity. So it's really, really important and tremendously inspiring to have the Matt and Naz Foundation and the work they're seeking to do to challenge religious homophobia and support its victims, and to build on the work of other organisations like the Lesbian and Gay Christian Movement, Iman, the LGBT Muslim Organisation, and so on. Those groups and organisations really need our support because they are battling against not just the mainstream homophobia, but even homophobia within their own families and communities, based upon a particular, not very tolerant interpretation of faith. And as we know, there are also in all faiths people who do have a liberal, tolerant, embracing understanding of faith, that homophobia, biphobia and transphobia are not compatible with the love and compassion that lies at the heart of all the great religions. So we're here to say love, compassion, solidarity, inclusiveness, that's what it's all about. We embrace all members of our community and we stand in solidarity with those who are victims of religious homophobia.